Good afternoon, Patrick Johnston here, GoDominicanLife.com and Las TerrenasLife.com. Another video for you to think about today, and we're going to talk about the top reasons I love to live in the Dominican Republic. Okay, so we're going to go for a walk and we're going to talk about it. So number one, let's talk about this. Clothing. Look at me. This is my business outfit, if you want to call it. This is my three-piece suit here in the Dominican Republic. A golf shirt, casual pants, and my very famous footwear. And that's clothing here in the Dominican Republic, both on personal and business. You don't have to be all fancy and fancied up. The rule of thumb is to be simple, clean, and organized. And that is what's cool about being in the DR. Going along with that, of course, you have one season of clothing, so you don't have to have four of everything. Sweaters are pretty well non-existent. You may have a light spring jacket for this month only, January, for the mornings and the early evenings. But other than that, you don't need it. So clothing is a big deal. It saves money, it makes you feel better, and you need less space in your closet. Number two, variety of life. Look, this country has literally expats from all over the world. You have Dominicans, you have Haitians, you have Canadians, you have Americans, Brits, Germans, French, Italian, Russian, Argentinian, Chilean, Venezuelan, Colombian, just to speak of a few here in Las Terrenas. So that's the cool part. Living on an island also doesn't mean you have to be living on an island. There's so much variety here on the island. And I say there's 4 points in this country. You have the most tropical point, which is right here in Samana. You have the north coast, which is somewhat drier and beautiful coastline. You have the mountain range of Jarabacoa. You have Pico Duarte, which is the tallest peak in the Caribbean, where you get light snow at the peak. And you can do a hike up there, by the way. You have major capital cities of Santiago and Santo Domingo, where you can have the flair of a big city life. And you have all the beach zones between Punta Cana Bavaro, La Romana, Bahia Jibe, and a whole bunch more. So it's variety of life is very, very cool. The temperature never gets below 62 degrees in this country, and that's in the center of the country at the highest point. But otherwise, we're hovering around 80 degrees always. So that makes life a lot easier to deal with. And a big thing I always say is that you have city vibes, countryside, and beach vibes. You can choose between all of them, whatever you want to do. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is music and dancing. It does not mean you have to be the #1 music guy or the #1 dancer, because, you know, I love music. I'm a former DJ, and music is part of my soul. But it does not mean that you have to be a dancer. I dance like this. I dance like stationary, sort of like the guy in high school, but I still love and I can move to the music. And that gives you soul. And when you hear you hear in the background, you hear the ocean, you smell the beach, you smell the fresh air, and you hear the music. It gives you positivity in your life. Believe me, it gives you needed positivity. Next thing I want to talk about is the Winter Pro League here for baseball in the Dominican Republic. I love baseball, always have. I played softball as a kid, and I love watching the major leagues. But a lot of times, when I lived in Canada, the accessibility of big league games, both on price and pain in the butt to get there, and of course you had a 9-to-5 kind of running life, it was hard to get there. And there's only really Toronto as the major team. So if you wanted to fly in from any other city in Canada, it becomes a very big deal. Here, we have 5 major stadiums in this country, 5 Pro League Latin Caribbean teams here in the country, which are part of a greater league, which includes Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and more. And you can have Winter League baseball between September and January of any year. And ironically, this year, When you finish the regular season, which we have, and they declared the Gigantes of San Francisco de Macorís as the champions of the Dominican Republic, 1 hour from here. But the Dominican Republic this year is hosting the Latin World Series for all the countries I've just mentioned here in Santo Domingo starting Friday. So the guys don't know it, but we're going to go there on Friday or Saturday to catch a couple games. And the cool part of all this is that the games are fully accessible. They're very inexpensive, like $15 or less per person. You have grocery store prices for food and beverage inside. You don't have to pay for parking, and it is convenient because you can book tickets online, you can get tickets on the site. It's all good. So Winter League Baseball is a big deal for me and many other people. Okay? Number 5, outdoor activities paradise here in the Dominican Republic. So if you enjoy, well, let's call it you don't enjoy being outdoors. In the last 2 years, the best and safest place to be has been to be outdoors. And in the Dominican Republic, you only go to your bedroom to sleep and a few maybe other activities, if you're a couple, of course. But what I'm trying to say by that is this. You dine outdoors, you live outdoors, your activities are outdoors, and it's part of the activities of being fun. So if you want to go on a beautiful hike, a beach walk, discovering new things, waterfalls, river rafting, kite surfing, paragliding, horseback riding, you name all the activities that are outdoors. They exist here in the Dominican Republic, and they're naturally here for you to discover and to enjoy, including that tallest peak in paradise that I have yet to do. But when I first moved here, I lived in a town called Manabao, which is in the center of the country, just north of here, Bacoa. And that was the entry point for to go on the walk. And it's a 3-day hike uphill, of course, to Pico Duarte. And I'd suggest that if you want to try it. Next thing, statutory holidays. You know, many people think, as being a Canadian citizen, we have 12 statutory holidays in Canada. Now, you may say, well, that's pretty generous and that's very good. Here in the Dominican Republic, they have 16 statutory holidays and 2 to 3 weeks paid vacation by every employer. You either get vacation pay or you get money for your vacation. And why that's important for you is that it fits into the lifestyle. You come here to live or start your 2.0 life to be more relaxed and be more beneficial to your soul. So when you see Dominicans enjoying their life on an everyday basis, and then having more time for family and for themselves as they work hard. They work 5.5 days a week, which is above what we would do typically for 9 to 5, Monday to Friday in North America. So they deserve extra days off. And that's my opinion, and I support it. But here's the thing, Dominicans, when they're off, they're off. When they work, they work. And that's a big difference in this country, and it's very attractive to be here. Number 4, whatever number this is, food and beverage. I've talked about this in videos in the past, but I'm talking the highest quality food that you can get because it is fresh. Right behind me here is a playland of seafood. You have fresh lobster, red snapper, dorado fish, sea crab. You have land crab as well, by the way, shrimp, many other things to choose from, including tuna, which are always there all the time for us to eat. Typically in North America, it's either frozen or like this. The battered triangle fish stick, either this way or like a fish. That's what I grew up knowing. We don't have that here. They don't have any idea what that is like, and I'm glad I don't have to eat that anymore either. But chicken is chicken, pork is pork, beef is beef. It tastes authentic, it tastes real, and it's better for you because it's fresh. Fruits and vegetables the same way. So what goes away in your life is a giant deep freezer that you would have in most North American homes, because here you buy what you need for the next 1 to 3 days, and that's in your fridge, and it's ready to go. Let's talk about the real thing too. Look, we are a real estate company educating you on the benefits of living abroad. okay? And part of the benefits of living abroad is to understand that you can come from a high-cost lifestyle with real estate values that are up here, and you can have the same quality real estate value that you're used to, but for a cost down here. And matching, or greater than, in terms of savings, all your operational costs, food, labor, activities, etc. Okay? So real estate is a big benefit to consider because overall, when you reset your life, whether it's retirement or working online or starting your own business, you can do that in endless locations in this country. Some people, especially if they work online with heavy graphics, etc., will choose their destination based on the speed of the internet in each city or location. That may be important to you, but we can guide you in the areas that have the best services that suit your lifestyle. And of course, naturally, a condo or a villa or a small hotel, whatever you're thinking about that you may need is beneficial. Now, last 2 points. Number 9, you can have a better life in the Dominican Republic. Now, I've said it a few times, but I'm going to re-emphasize this. I will always be a Canadian citizen. I will always be proudly Canadian, but I consider myself now a global citizen, and I can live in any country in this world that I choose to live because my income is related to my activities, my skills are transferable, and therefore I can choose to have a life where it best suits me for my overall feeling of what I want to achieve, all right? And that for me, it's right here in Las Terrenas in the Dominican Republic. But you have things that are, let's use the example. I used to commute 1 to 2 hours each way to work. I don't have that now. I used to have to work from 9 to 5, if you want to call it, or 9 to 6, but I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning for the 2-hour transfer and be ready, and I have to leave an allowance for rain or snow or any other factors. I don't have that here now. I have help around me that is less expensive. So I've outsourced the activities of my life that I don't like. As a man, I'll say that I don't like to clean my toilet, but I can. Don't prefer to do my own laundry, but I can. I don't want to cut my grass, but I can. And I don't necessarily want to prepare my own food, but I can. But during the time where I'm being productive for activities of revenue-producing activities, Monday to Friday, I want help in those areas so that I can be more productive and have a better life. So labor, housekeeper, someone to look after the property I own and operate and rent out, all of that activity becomes less expensive than I could ever do in Canada. And believe me, it's beneficial. Last thing I'm going to talk about is this. The theme of our company and the slogan that we have for all of us is that it is simply this. Life is better at the beach. And why it's better at the beach is for all the reasons that I've said above. Less cost, less tax, more sunshine, better weather, great real estate pricing. You can't compare it. Believe me, when you first come here, you would really think, wow, that's cheap. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Then you realize that you can maximize your time. You can maximize your revenue. You don't have to own one home. You can own literally one home and 2 rental properties with the same capital that you used to have access to in Canada. And above all of that, in 7 years I lived in this country, it's better for your mindset to be located closer to the beach and closer to the ocean. That's not a lie. That is the complete truth. So I'm Patrick Johnston. Always remember, we're here to serve you. We're a real estate company, but we're an education company. We're not going to sell you on anything. We're going to educate you so that you can make the right decisions that make the most sense for you. My WhatsApp number is right here, 829-525-1782. You can text me anytime, 24 hours a day, but I'll answer live between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. my time, which is right now. But of course, I want you to like this video, subscribe to ongoing videos on our YouTube channel here, and leave a comment. We want to do videos that most suit you. So if you have a suggestion of what you want to see, give us feedback. Let us happen. Let us help you in the process. So, as we say, life is better at the beach. I gotta go. Talk to you later.